Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. Back in July, Zelina Vega made her return to the WWE. And you have to start to wonder if she might be regretting that decision. So let's analyze this. First, um, yesterday, SmackDown, Madison Square Garden, Wrestling Inc. reporting here. Says Zelina Vega on wrestling in Madison Square Garden following 20th anniversary of 9/11. So this interview had taken place prior to the SmackDown event, September 10th. Was done in the morning. So it says WWE star Zelina Vega sat down with Yahoo Sports to promote WWE's return to Madison Square Garden tonight for SmackDown. The event comes one day before the 20th anniversary of September 11th terrorist attacks, a date Vega is tied directly due to her father passing away due to the attacks, the horrible, horrible, gutless terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center. So Zelina Vega sadly lost her father during the September 11th terrorist attack. So returning to Madison Square Garden one day before September 11th to perform, to have a match on SmackDown, which is supposed to be against Carmella, was a big deal for Zelina Vega. It was an emotional event. It meant a lot to her. It meant a lot to her, but apparently it didn't mean a lot to the WWE because that match was actually pulled. Um, Carmella Zelina Vega reacted to the scheduled match, the SmackDown match being cut. It was reported by John Pollock of Post Wrestling that a match was cut from the September 10th, 2021 edition of the WWE SmackDown due to time issues. John Pollock noted that Carmella had been scheduled to team up with Zelina Vega. I'm sorry, not against Zelina Vega. It was a tag team match against Liv Morgan and Tony Storm. Fans on Twitter expressed frustration about the situation and it being brought up that Selina's father was a victim of the 9/11 attacks. Of course, so that was while it meant a lot, understandably, to Zelina Vega to be a part of the show, it didn't mean a lot to the WWE because due to time constraints, they just decided to pull Zelina Vega's match. Um, Wrestle Wrestle Talk saying Zelina Vega, who is a native New Yorker, was seemingly hyped for SmackDown to be in her home city and running Madison Square Garden. Many expected her to be on the card for tonight's show. In addition, from being New York, her dad, as I mentioned, also died on 9/11. So it would seem that she would be on the 9/11 show. And I keep mentioning her dad died because that's a very, very important part of this story. Very, very important part because she should have been on the show. She should have been on the show 100%. Her and her dad, Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega is from New York City. Her and her dad would go to shows at Madison Square Garden. While when she was a kid, her dad would take her to the shows, and every time she said she wrestled in Madison Square Garden, she would look for that spot where her dad and her brothers and sisters, I think she had her siblings, I should say, would sit and watch the shows, and so it meant a lot for her, especially one day before September 11th, to be wrestling in Madison Square Garden. It meant a lot to her, and WWE pulled the match. They pulled her match, and she responded. She tweeted out. She tweeted out. Do I have the tweet here? Oh, she put up a picture. She's all dressed up, ready to hit the ring. I don't know if she was ready to hit the ring, but she was all in her wrestling gear, and she just tweeted out, "Never mind." Seemingly out of frustration. Well, out of frustration, of course. I'd be frustrated too. I'd be very, very frustrated. And about a month ago, not a month ago, well, about a month ago, yeah, Malachi Black interview. He he gave the reason why Zelina Vega re-signed with the WWE, and here is the reason. It says Aleister Black revealed that the main reason his wife Zelina Vega returned to the WWE before his release was so the two could spend more time together. When she returned to the WWE, Aleister Black was still a part of the WWE, and then he was released. He was released, I think, a few days later, or maybe a week or two later. He was released from the WWE, and he's now, of course, thriving in AEW. And Zelina Vega actually hasn't won a match, and this goes back, I think, to her her prior run with the WWE before she returned. She hasn't won a match, and I saw this somewhere. I can't remember, but she hasn't won a match in about 350 days with the WWE. Hasn't won a match in about 350 days with the WWE. You got to think with us. You got to think, especially with being pulled from the Madison Square Garden SmackDown show a day before September 11th. You got to think that she's frustrated with the WWE. You got to think that maybe she's regretting returning to the WWE. Mean, I would be really pissed off, and I don't know if she is or she isn't, or I don't know what kind of emotion she's feeling right now, but I would be really pissed off if I was pulled, especially from Madison Square Garden a day before September 11th, when you lost your dad. She lost her father on September 11th, so it was extremely important for her to be in the ring on September 10th at that SmackDown show, but the WWE pulled her. They pulled her off the show. And I say, shame on you, WWE. You should not have pulled her off that SmackDown show. Should not have pulled her off the SmackDown show. So you got to think, I don't know how long her contract is. I don't know how long she's signed for. But you got to think, I wouldn't be surprised if she asks for her release. I wouldn't be surprised if she at some point she does ask for her release. And then again, I could be wrong. Maybe they could work out whatever differences that they might have, or she might want to honor her contract, fulfill her duties to, she signed a contract and fulfill her duties to the WWE and then move on. Or again, I can't speak for Zelina Vega. Only Zelina Vega would know what she would want to do and what's best for her. But you got to think she came back to the WWE because she wanted to be closer to her husband Malachi Black so they could spend more time together. But he's gone. He's in AEW. I bet you right now thoughts are going through her head that, man. And I know Tony Khan was interested. Tony Khan was really interested in Zelina Vega when she was a free agent. You got to think that maybe she's just, damn, I should have signed. I should have signed with AEW. I should have signed with AEW. You got to think that those thoughts are flowing through her head every so often, or maybe constantly. But I feel that she's kind of regretting the decision going back to the WWE. That's how I feel. She hasn't come out and actually said anything about regretting or any frustrations with the WWE, but this is the feeling that I'm getting. I mean, if I was her, I'd be really frustrated, especially with the whole SmackDown situation, being pulled from the show. I would have been furious. I would have been furious. And she did tweet out, "Never mind." Picture of her in her gear, and just never mind. That sounds like someone's a little frustrated. Sounds a bit frustrated. Sounds like frustration to me. So again, you got to think she's got to be regretting that decision, returning to the WWE. I don't know. Maybe I could see down the line. I could see her joining her husband Aleister Black in AEW eventually. Again, I don't know how long her contract is for. I don't know how long she signed on for, but I can see down the road when that contract is up. I don't see her re-signing with the WWE. I see her moving on to AEW, and let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that for now. All right, New Japan Pro Wrestling G1. G1 Climax 31 is starting up. First show, the opening night is September 18th. That's for the A block. And then B block, the opening night is September 19th. And man, oh man, they got two amazing main events for both shows. So let's run down the shows here. So the A block on September 18th is Ryohei Oiwa. He's the new young lion. Sorry if I pronounce his name wrong. He's going on one-on-one with Sho. That's not part of the G1 Climax. It's just the opening match. So the first match for the G1 Climax is going to be Kota Ibushi taking on Yujiro Takahashi. I wonder who's going to win that one. Kota Ibushi. Match 2 is going to be Great Okan versus Tangaloa. Should be a great one. Match 3, Toru Yano against Kenta. Now, I really hope we get the new version of Toru Yano. We got the heel version of Toru Yano the last time I saw him. I hope he sticks with that and doesn't go back to the goofy comedy Toru Yano. But we'll see. We'll see at the G1 Climax which Toru Yano we're going to get. Fifth match, Tetsuya Naito one-on-one with Zack Sabre Jr. That's going to be fantastic. And this is the main event. This is the main event for the G1 Climax opening night, the A block opening night. This is the main event. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? The IWGP Heavyweight Champion Shingo Takagi. The title's not on the line here, but the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Shingo Takagi going one-on-one with Tomohiro Ishii. My goodness, that's going to be one hell of a freaking incredible match. Tomohiro Ishii one-on-one with Shingo Takagi. I'm picking Tomohiro Ishii to win this, to win that match, to defeat Shingo Takagi. It's just going to be an absolutely tremendous match. Night 2, September 19th, the opening night for B Block, I should say. Night 2 of the G1 Climax, opening night for the B Block. So we have the opening match, not part of the G1, is another new young lion, Kosei Fujita, one-on-one with Sho. Then we have Yoshi. This is now the opening match for the B Block tournament. Yoshihashi one-on-one with Evil. Should be a great one. Jeff Cobb against Chase Owens. Jeff Cobb is going to just absolutely annihilate Chase Owens in that one. Sonata one-on-one with Tama Tonga. Should be a great one there. Hiroki Goto one-on-one with Tai Chi. And the main event. The main event of this one. Wow. Kazuchika Okada one-on-one with Hiroshi Tanahashi. Oof. Oh my gosh. Shingo Takagi versus Tomohiro Ishii, main event night 1. Night 2 main event, Kazuchika Okada versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. My goodness, I can't wait. I can't wait for this tournament to start. This is going to be such a great tournament. This is going to be such a great tournament. I got to pick a winner. Who do I think is going to win? You're thinking maybe Kota Ibushi again, but he's won, I believe it was the last 2 years in a row, so I don't know if they're going to go with Ibushi again. There's always Kazuchika Okada. Are they going to go with someone different, like maybe Sonata to win? Let me take a look at the A block here. Could it be Tomohiro Ishii? I don't know. If I had to pick one person, my pick to win is Kenta also. If I could pick one person, as of right now, I would say it's either Kazuchika Okada or I'm going to say Kenta. I'm going to say somebody different is going to win this year. I'm going to say Kenta, and Jeff Cobb is also a potential winner. I can't pick a winner. I don't know. I'd have to give it some more thought. Sorry. So Kazuchika Okada, Kota Ibushi, Kenta, Jeff Cobb is a dark horse as well. So I can't pick a winner right now. I'm sorry. I apologize. But two incredible main events. And I'm looking forward to this tournament. Shingo Takagi and Tomohiro Ishii are going to be such a hard-hitting affair. My goodness, I can't wait for that one. And that's September 18th. Next Saturday, September 18th is when it all begins. And man, oh man, this is the tournament of the year. Every year, G1 Climax is the tournament of the year. Don't miss it. I can't wait. If you don't subscribe to New Japan Pro Wrestling World, subscribe right now. This is going to be the tournament, man. Lots of just fantastic potential matchups. So looking at the A block, we're going to get Kota Ibushi against Tomohiro Ishii because everyone's going to go meet each other at least once. So we're going to get Kota Ibushi against Tomohiro Ishii, get Tetsuya Naito against Shingo Takagi. We're going to get Kenta against Zack Sabre Jr. We're going to get Tangaloa against Tetsuya Naito. We're going to Tomohiro Ishii against Great Okan, Tomohiro Ishii against Kenta. Let's go to the B block. B block here. We're gonna see We're gonna Goto against Kazuchika Okada. We're gonna get Sonata against Kazuchika Okada. We're gonna get Jeff Cobb against Hiroshi Tanahashi. We're gonna get Hiroki Goto against Jeff Cobb. We're gonna get Yoshihashi against Sonata. Wow, Tai Chi against Sonata. Jeff Cobb again. Wow, holy, just let next week get here, man. Let this tournament begin. Let this tournament begin, man. This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for the G1 Climax, man. And I'm gonna end it now. I'm gonna end it on a high note right now because I'm sky high right now just thinking about the G1 Climax. So I'm gonna end it now. I'll be back later today, probably with more news. Whatever breaks, I'll be back. But until then, take care. Bye bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.